Okay, we got to start out with a fresh pack of dun 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 dun, my favorite Dragon's Blood incense. If you guys don't get your incense from here, you are missing out. I'm telling you, these are the best. I've tried incense, just saying. Hi Tallulah, hi Maya, hi Black Widow. I'm just saying, I've tried incense from all around the world. No shit. People send them to me from everywhere. My faves. Hey, did you see my message? Yes, I think so. You guys, hi Cindy. Hi Amperson. I have been up in the forest, and occasionally it would let. Hi Black Blood. It would let a message in, but then it won't let me respond. And so, yeah, it's an asshole thing. I hate it. But yeah, so I think I got everybody's messages. Hi Cindy, Ghost Box. Cindy's like right to business. Straight to business. I like it. Alright, hold on, Cindy. Alright, we're rolling. Put it over here. Might be a little bit loud. But yeah, we had an okay time for 4th of July. I think next year we're going to do something different, though. I would either rather just stay home or go to like a fancy hotel or something, because I think I'm getting too old for the whole roughing it thing. It's not my, I mean, I don't mind it for a day, but any longer than it's like, once I'm done with my business there, then I'm ready to roll. And I don't know, it's just, it's okay for a day, but why would you want to be there longer than that? I mean, I know I have to go sometimes because I have to ground, and I have to balance out my energies, and I like to give offerings to the forest, and I know that, and I love doing that, but I live here. I don't need to like be up there for days and days to do that. I can just go do it and come back. Like, yeah. Can't be here too long. I have to take a shower and get to bed. Very cool. Nice. Get lots of rest. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? I feel like I missed someone. Let me see. I'm scrolling back. No, I didn't miss anyone. Good job. Good job. So, when I was up there, you guys, I gotta tell you, where I took that picture that's on the thumbnail, we drove up to this high point up there, so that thank you, so that we could look down over the valley of the city, if you want to call it that, and to watch the fireworks. And the fireworks were like this big. We're so high up, but they were like really small. And there were so many bugs. And I was like, no, thank you. Take me back to camp, please. Like, no. Not acceptable. So we were up there though, but it was so pretty. That sunset was really orange, and that picture is not filtered in any way. That is exactly what it looked like. And it was just the most beautiful sunset ever. Very orange. I was like, it's Belial's sunset. Very appropriate. Belongs to Belial. But, anyway, so yeah. Very cool. Awesome. I loved it. And, I got to do some stuff up there. And I'm trying to think if I drank. I don't even think I drank. It was mostly just all business. Oh no, I did. I had a beer. I had a Modelo Especial. And that's it. I'm not very much fun, I'm afraid. I know everybody thinks that I'm some crazy party animal and I just hang out and party all the time. At least that's what I heard. And I'm not. I don't. It's kind of funny that people think that about me because I am like the complete opposite of all of that. It's not. Nope. Nope. It's not true. It's lies. Don't listen to it. Opposite. I don't stand on the tables and dance, and I don't do any of that kind of thing. And if I go to a bar, it's just to eat fish and chips or buffalo wings or nachos, and then I leave. So we can just put those rumors to rest right now. Woo! So I have a few spells that came in while I was gone. I'm happy about that. But I'm pretty sure they're all private again. I pretty much do everything private these days. Only a few I get posted, but for the most part, everything is private. And I don't know why. I just don't really like posting stuff on YouTube very much anymore. I don't really have anything against YouTube. I haven't really had any problems. Maybe a couple here and there. I mean, you would think, I know some people have a lot of shit going down with them on YouTube and have a lot of problems. I've had a few, but I've been on for like, what, 7 years? How long has it been, Cindy? In October, I think it's going to be my 8th year, right? You know, we go through this every year. We ask. We got to ask Cindy because she knows. Vertical. Multiple. What did you say? But, I did have fun with the, SLS camera. Like what it says, yep. I thought it makes 9 years. Really? 9 years? No way. 7 years. I think it's 7 years. No, I had my YouTube channel just for like watching videos since 2013, but I never posted a video until way later. I never used it for that. That's why it has some old email address, like I think it's like Single Melissa or something like that on there, but that's like way old. It's whenever I posted my first video. 7 years. Happy 7 years. think it's 7 years. Maybe this will be my 8th year. Something like that. Hi, Herpers. Good day, Blue. Good day to you too, darling. But yeah, we bought this a phone booster. Why do demons love roses? Because they smell pretty. Their life. They have life. They have color. They have smell. They have water. If you put them in water, they have all kinds of elements. They hold. Do they hold all of the elements? They hold a lot of elements for them to pull energy from them. They pull energy from them. So they like them. Why do you like roses? October 29, 2016. 7 years. What's up, troublemaker? No trouble here. Just having a good time. Don't start any shit, Heavy C. We're not starting any shit tonight. We're just gonna smell the roses. The dragon's blood. But you know what I want to do? I do want to do a video. Oh my gosh, so this is kind of funny. So years ago, you guys can go back and check. Way back, first temple, like a long time ago. I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's a video on YouTube of me making a travel altar. What is it? How long I've been on YouTube? There's one 7 years ago. Has to be old. I think I was in my very first temple that was really little. But anyways, I made a little travel altar, a little case, and I put all these little things in there. Well, that has been in the camper all these years. And I actually forgot a couple things for some stuff I was doing. And so I dug it out from under the bed. And I opened it and I looked and it was so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. How cute this is. It had it had some little cone incense. And it had the wooden pentagram, a little cauldron, and it had some pokey, finger pokey things, which I was happy because that's what I forgot and what I needed, and it was in there. And it had the little cone incense. It had a lighter, some of my glasses. It had a pen, some parchment, a brown paper bag, one of the little lunch ones, and it had a cutout for a puppet. I was like, what, I'm just going to be in here stitching up a puppet on the fly, or what? If someone pissed me off in the campground, I'm going to go throw them in there, or what? I don't know, but it was pretty funny. And there was some herbs, and I had a selenite tower, I like to sleep next to selenite because it helps absorb some extra energy that I get when I'm sleeping. And it had some other crystals in there, and it had like a bag of like little birthday candles and some tea lights. I was like, man, this is adorable. Look how cute. And and I had a box of those worms, like the mealworms, because I've been putting bugs in my spell works for the longest time. Like I've always used bugs. I've always been into bugs. I've always liked bugs. We had Heavy C and I were getting ready for bed in the camper, and there was this. Oh, he was a pretty good sized beetle, like a little forest beetle, and he was pretty big, and Heavy C's like, that's one of yours. You're getting that thing out of here before we go to sleep. And I was like, oh, he's not gonna hurt anything. How'd he get in here? I'm like, probably on my shirt. He was probably on the back of my jacket. I saw him buzzing around out there. But so I had to get him and put him out. He was like, I'm not touching that. That's one of yours. I was just like, he's fine. But I didn't want to hurt him, so I got a little tissue and gently picked him up and put him out. But it was funny. But yeah, back to the travel altar thing. It was just really fun and cute. But I brought it back with me because I want to change it. I want to repack it, and take everything out and then put new stuff in there. Oh, and I also needed chalk. I forgot my chalk. Hang on, I'll show you what I usually use. Normally I use this Cascarilla when I draw things on the ground and on the door rays and stuff like that. I always use this chalk right here. It's eggshells. And but I forgot it, and so I needed chalk, so I had to I had some in there. I was like, yes. But I was either going to use that, or I was going to use charcoal from the fire, just get a burnt piece of charcoal out of the wood, the fire pit, and go use that. You could use it either, if you don't have chalk with you when you're in the forest and you need to draw some sigils, just get some, a piece of coal or charcoal or whatever in your fire pit and take it, and that works just fine. Because I don't like to carve in the trees. I know a lot of people do that. I don't like that, so I don't do that. And it's a magical thing, so when you're drawing it and then you're putting your energy into that and you're consecrating it, and you're opening that seal up and things like that with your own energy, it doesn't matter if it fades away or not. It's always going to be a magical place right there where you put that, so you don't need to carve it into the tree. I mean, you can. I know some people do stuff like that, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't like that. I think for me, I don't need to do that unless I want to make it known for other people to not fuck around over there, But you could do other things for that. If you create a magical spot in the forest, you don't have to carve on the tree. You could just make some of those little dolls, out of the sticks and grass and whatever, and just hang it from a tree right there. And, people are going to see it and be like, oh shit, don't go over there, if they're smart, that's what they'll do. And they'll just leave it alone and stay away from there. But if you carve it all over the trees, then someone's going to come and chop that tree down, or come and try to link to you. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I don't have anything against carving in wood. I do it all the time, but it's my wood. I bring it. It's like like this. This was made for me and given as a gift. And this is wood, and it's a carving. And so it's beautiful, and I love it. And belongs to Belial. So it stays at his altar. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with carving in wood. I just don't like to do it when they're still in the ground. I'm a tree hugger. Just kidding. But it is a good way to ground. Like if you need to ground and you're having like serious energy issues, you just go put your hands on the tree, take your shoes off, put your feet on the ground, put your hands on the tree, and just, you know, let the energy go into the tree, and then imagine it going into the roots and into the ground. You could do it that way. So for me, okay, I do it that way too, where I go into the ground, but I really like going up. I know everyone goes down, everyone goes into the earth, which is fine. That's also, I do it that way too, but I really like to go up into the ether and go up there and poke around and I blow myself up really big, and then I do what I want to do. I do what I'm doing when I'm up there. Sometimes, because I'm a witch, but sometimes I'll go up and I'll grab a hold of somebody and tell them things that in their consciousness, and tell them things that I want them to do. Like if I'm doing a spell on somebody and I want to attach to them and I want to give them commands and things like that, I like to go up there and do that. Interrupt. Go ahead. But that's only sometimes. I don't do that all the time, just sometimes. Special occasions. But yeah, so, especially if you know they're sleeping at that moment. If you know they're sleeping. I have some clients who will call me and go, so-and-so sleeping, will you know, tell them this or that or blah, blah, blah. And then I do. It's very effective. It works great. One time I did it for one of my girlfriends in California, and she hadn't spoke to that man in 2 years. And I always like to use this as an example because it's a perfect example. And but in 3 days he sent her yellow flowers. And I thought that was pretty fucking metal. I was like, yes. So it works. Proven. Sometimes though, when I do that, I'll run into like guides, like if they have guides or ancestors around them, I'll run into ancestors. And let me tell you guys, ancestors can be pretty fierce. They'll like stand around you and like try to protect you. But I'm kind of an asshole, so, you know, I just tell them to fucking move now. And they do. And while my husband, he's taking too long to become ready for me. I know. I tell you. Snap. Snap your fingers and maybe he'll chop chop. But anyways, so you did snap and he didn't jump to it. How rude. Well, I mean, like, dude. There's Fire Crystal. Where have you been? You're late to the party. But anyways, so that's fun to do. I like to do that occasionally. I don't do it a lot anymore. I used to do it all the time, but I have other things that I like to do right now that I've really been enjoying. And so I haven't really done that in a minute now that I think about it, but it is a fun thing to do. One of the benefits. But yeah, you should try it. It's good times. It's good practice. How rude. Who says that? Somebody has said that. Anyways, yeah. So we had fun. We got to go for a little ride, a very little ride. Gizmo, the American Gray. Oh, I'm glad you said that. That brings us up. The annoying little girl on Full House used to say that. Yep, you got it. That's where I heard it. My daughter used to watch that show. And was it the Olsen twin? No, it's the other one. The middle sister, right? Anyways, so this is kind of funny. Yeah. So her name's Stephanie. I remember that show. Yeah. That was the distraction. Oh, the gray bird. So, we were camping, right? We're out there in the forest, and we're sitting out there. Now, the bugs are so bad this year, you guys, that I'm wearing full from head to down to my ankles flannel, zipped up to here with a hoodie, like nothing glamorous, let me tell you. And of course, the annoying one is That was a secret jab at you, girl. Secret. But thanks for letting me know that you got it. Just kidding. Totally joking. But, anyways. We're out there. It's the daytime, and I'm like trying to ground, feeling all this energy. So we're sitting out there in the chairs, me and WC, and, all of a sudden, there's like a tree right next to where my truck was, and I look up in there, in that tree, hardy har har, and there are all these gray birds. They're big, like the size of crows, and we have never seen them in our forest before. I'm like, what are those? There's a bunch of them. So of course I'm feeding them because that's my thing. Like, if there's an animal, I'm feeding it. Like, I don't know what my problem is. Every time I see an animal, I think it needs food, and I go get food and I feed him. It's a thing. It's in me, and I can't help it. I feed the foxes out here. I feed all the cats in the neighborhood. I feed my cat, dogs. Whatever, all the birds here, they're just, it's crazy. I go to the forest, I feed the deers, the squirrels, the bears. I don't know. I don't feed bears. Shh. I don't see bears, and I don't feed bears. I don't want nothing to do with the bears. But I was feeding these birds a tortilla because we had breakfast burritos. I didn't have one, but so I gave the bird my tortilla, and I was just like throwing it out there, and they were coming down and getting it. They were like flying around us, and they look like those gray, what are they, macaws? Those gray parrots. They look like those, but only their head's a little different and their beaks are black. But they're big, and they squawk like crows. I haven't looked it up yet, but I want to because there was a lot of them. Because we kept hearing all these crows squawking around us, but we couldn't see anything, and they blend into the trees really good. And so we were like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, we look up and there was a whole bunch of them in the tree right in front of us. We were just like, okay. But they sound like crows. They're almost as big as crows. Not ravens, but crows. Crows are a little smaller than the ravens, but they're gray. And then, but then they have like, not a parrot head, but like a bird head. So. Oh, and it's true, I do have a personality. I was informed that I was a little kooky on YouTube. I just want to say that's okay. I like to refer to it as having a personality, but you can call it kooky, and I'll just say that I have a personality. Did you find it? Did anybody find those birds? Oh, we just got to 100. Dang. I wanted to see what he was saying. But anyways, so it was good times, even though I really don't want to go back up there again for a long time. I'm really over it. There's too many bugs up there for me this year. Too many, well, not bugs, mosquitoes. I hate them. I want them all to die. I want to kill them all. And not because I'm bored, because I fucking hate them. Oh, send it to this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. The Gray Jay. It's a camp, they call them camp robbers. That's them. Can you see them? I love them. Yep, that's them. The Gray Jay. Huh. Because, you know, I said to have you see even, they're kind of like blue jays. But only, they squawk like, these ones were, they were squawking like crows. It's kind of weird. But anyways, I never seen them out there. But we met. We met. So, I did the whole throwing crystals everywhere thing again, like I do. And I encourage you that, like, when you go to the forest, that you always leave gifts. Like, if you take anything away, leave a gift. You know, always say thank you, always leave the gift. Don't put your trash everywhere. You know, whatever it is, like, leave a gift. You know, I don't want to tell you to feed the animals, but you have a great personality. Thank you. Yeah. Leave a gift. I know I used to just give, like, I used to always put, like, dimes or nickels or pennies. I would just get a bunch of change. But now I do, you know, crystals all the time, bags of them. And if I go to the graveyard and I take graveyard dirt, I always pay the gatekeepers. That's what I call them. I don't know what their real names are, but I always call them the gatekeepers. When you come through those gates, and then there's the pillars on each side, there's like beings there. And so I always will stop my car, and then if I can't reach the top of the pillar from my car window, I'll get out and put change, and put a handful of change on each side. And I always, to pay for it, and I leave money on the grave that I take the graveyard dirt from also. I leave either money or alcohol. Sometimes I'll get those little bottles of whiskey or whatever, and I'll leave it on that grave, you know, or money. I don't think I've ever left flowers, but just whenever you take things, you guys, be mindful. Always pay the gatekeepers. Learn my lesson the hard way. Yes, and when you, okay, this is something else that I've learned through the years as well, being a child of Hecate, is whenever I'm collecting it, I always collect it in honor of Hecate. I try to always be as honorable and respectful as I can. And I don't take more than I need. I don't go out there with a big old bucket and be ridiculous, you know. Try to, like, my time. I try to be respectful whenever I'm taking anything from anywhere that it doesn't belong to me. That is not mine. I don't own that property. That's not my dirt. The forest, I don't own that forest. You know, so do something to pay back what you take. And be respectful about it. And that's another reason I don't like it when people carve on the trees. I hate it when I'm hiking through the forest and there are all these trees along the way with people's bullshit carved in them. I fucking hate that. It pisses me off, to be honest. I mean, if it was sigils, that would be one thing. But I'm talking about, like, M+K, 1987. Shit like that. No, fuck, that's just, I don't like it. It makes me mad. It ruins the forest, I think. You're leaving your crap there. Especially when it's people's initials, you know they aren't still together. Yeah. Well, it's like, don't fucking just there's no reason. There's just no reason. Like, if you live out on a farm and there's no tree out there and you're in high school and you want to go out to your tree on your land and you want to write Joni Loves Chachi, or, I'm sorry, that was so dating myself, you know, whatever, then that's on you. But don't go out into the forest, carve shit all over the trees. I know. I'm telling myself. Well, I never claimed to be young. They turned on my spirit box and they're like, no more. You're not listening to it anyways. I can't get it back on. Just got it boosted up. Don't turn it off. But anyways, whatever. So that's just my own opinion on that. Not that my opinion matters, but just thought I would give it, since I'm here and you're here. I know 100 people will watch this video, so to all 100 of you, I would say, don't carve in the trees in the forest. It's ugly. me sad. That's it. If you take something, leave payment. And don't leave fires burning. Put your fires out when you leave. Heavy C is a real stickler about that. Even more than I am about the fires. Because I like fire. But he's like really serious about putting them out. Even if it's just smoldering and we're going to bed, he's like, oh no. And he'll be out there dumping bottles of water on it if he has to. Like, he doesn't play around with that. I once saw a sign. Yeah. Take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but footprints. I like it. War time. I like that. That's a good saying. But yeah, it's just whatever. Unless you want to leave crystals. I like to leave crystals and breadcrumbs in case I get lost. I did get lost before, Hecate had to send a crow to lead me back. Well, technically, she sent the crow to some people I knew up on top of a mountain, and they went over to see what the crow was squawking at, and they looked down and they saw me going by. And then they had to race down there and be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, hi, I'm lost. Can you lead me back to camp? Because I was in my machine and I didn't know where I was going or what the hell. I'd never been there before, so I lost my guide. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I was like lost for like an hour and a half. But she sent a crow, or a raven, actually, not a crow, but a raven. And then, yep. It's true. I don't know. Sometimes it's good to have the goddess on your side. She'll protect you, and when you get lost, she'll lead you back to where you're supposed to be, even in the astrals. Well, sometimes. I don't think I ever got lost in the astrals, but I know I've heard people. Yeah, I've heard people get lost there, but I don't think I've ever been lost in the astrals. I always have them with me, so someone's always with me, usually, normally, unless I'm in my own place. Even then, I'm never alone. I'm never alone in the astrals. What's up with that? But sometimes I'm alone. I'm alone sometimes, I guess. I had to think about it for a minute. But anyways, so I guess that's all I'm going to talk about. I do have a booster, a love booster, for a person I did a love spell for about, I don't don't know, a month or two ago, and she said that it's working. They live in different states, and so it's like a phone thing right now, but she's getting ready to go visit in where the other person, where the target lives. And so I'm going to be doing a booster for that, so that when she goes to visit, everything goes smoothly. And that's exciting. And everything else I think is private. Yeah, I got some Poppet stuff, and I do mostly everything private these days. Only very few things do I share anymore. I know I posted in the Coven page some work that I did for a person who's an animal rescue person. Not in this country. I think he's in a different country. But where animal abuse is really like bad. I mean, it's bad everywhere. Don't get me wrong. But it's like really bad there. And so he tries to save as many animals as he can. And I guess he has over 100 animals in his rescue. And that's pretty fucking awesome. Pretty fucking awesome. I just do 2, and I think that they're going to eat me out of house and home, I swear. Of course, they're like horses. But anyways, but he, so I did some stuff for him in the Coven page. So unless you're in the Coven, you won't get to see that. But yeah, everything's pretty much private. I just get tired of copycatters. I get so tired of copycatters and people on people like to like judge what I'm doing and things like that, and that's not what it's there for. It's really just there for my client to see that their spell work is being done, and all you see is just a small part of it. Like, there's so much more that goes into spells than just putting it together, and that's all you're gonna see on the YouTube video anyways. It's just the putting it together part. All the other stuff, you don't see that. Nobody does. But I do post in the Coven page. I will post pictures of spells burning, things like that. And when I'm chanting over them or something like that, I put it in slow motion. And so that's what all that sound is, that growling and everything that you hear. That's just me chanting over it, saying what I want, commanding it. It's not a demonic being or anything like that. And I know I've said this before on here, because people are like, oh my gosh, there's a demon, or whatever. No, it's just me. And I have, like I said, I have like told you guys that before. Yeah, that would be really, although it would be really cool to let everybody think that, but no, it's me. It's in slow motion. And if you do a video and you talk in it in slow motion, you'll hear it. That's what you sound like too. So don't I guess don't assume things all the time. People like to assume things, and then they get themselves into big trouble. And they get themselves worked up over things that aren't happening, that never even happened. Nothing like that, because they make assumptions about things that they see or hear on YouTube. A lot of times I'll be referring to things that I see on TikTok, and then people think I'm talking about them directly, and I'm like, what are you even talking about? And then I kind of laugh about it because it's kind of funny, because I was talking about like TikTok. But um, what was I talking about the other day? I can't remember, but and then I was talking about something, and then somebody thought that I was talking about them, and I wasn't. I was like, then I was thinking, wow, well, if you thought that was referring to you, then you must be doing what I was talking about, right? You kind of told on yourself, kind of thing. And so I was like, well, Lucifer has a funny way of revealing things. Golly coincidence. Slow motion is great for being able to watch the candles. Yeah, I love it. I like it because you could really see what the flames are doing and when they jump and all kinds of things. But yeah, I was cleaning cauldrons one time, and in a brass cauldron, there was like a big brass cauldron, and I had a bunch of stuff in there that needed to be cleaned out. And then I like to make black salt. I make my witch's salt when I'll burn out the cauldrons first, clean them out, burn them out really good. And then I put regular salt in there, and then I grind it all up and pour it into jars. And that's how I make that's how you make witch's salt, black salt, by cleaning out the cauldrons. The cauldron, if you have a cauldron that you're doing spell work in, right, you do all your spell work in this cauldron. Well, when you clean it, just put salt in it and grind it all up in the salt. If you have like a bunch of chunks of stuff and you don't want that in your salt, burn it first. You could either put like rubbing alcohol, squirt some rubbing alcohol in there and then burn it, and then let it just burn and turn everything into soot. But all of that holds energy in it, and so then you dump the salt in there, and then you get your what do you call it, your mortar, and then you grind it all up, and then your salt's black. And that's real witch's salt, you guys. That's not the fake kind that people use with the charcoals. I know that some people make it with these charcoals. They'll grind up these charcoals and put it in their salt. That's not real witch's salt. Just saying. And then they sell it. And I'm like, witches, make your own witch's salt. Don't buy it. Make it out of your own cauldrons that you're doing spell work in. That salt holds the essence of your energy in it. It holds it in there. People just gotta mind their own business and leave you alone. Yeah. What about that? That'll never happen. It'll never happen. And it's okay. I'm used to it. To be honest with you, all I care about is doing my family, of course, and doing my soul ascension work, doing my spell work. I don't get involved with other people's shit. I don't get involved with other people's problems. I mean, unless they're hiring me to get involved in it, then I don't. I don't care. I don't care. Unless it gets brought to me. If I have to deal with it, then I will. But I don't like to. And I don't do shit. And I'm just a good girl. I'm just over here minding my business, doing my own thing. And whatever. But it is what it is. There's always going to be people like that. It's the curse of the locust. Right? Isn't that what it is? Oh my gosh, you guys. And then, oh shit, October's coming up, so there's going to be even more bullshit to deal with. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love October. It's my favorite month of the year besides December, because that's when my birthday is. And I never liked my birthday my whole life until now. Um, but that's kind of sad. Is that like shadow work I have to work on? No. But that is kind of sad. I never realized that. You guys are like therapy for me, I guess. But no, I never really cared. Growing up, I never really gave a shit about my birthday. Do I care? Nope. You've never got involved in anything or anyone's business. I don't. Did you say? I'm already looking forward to Halloween. I know, it's the best month ever. Yeah, you are a good goddess in the flesh. Oh gosh. October is, oh look who it is, Mr. Miskatonic Books. October is my favorite month too. My birth month. It's my daughter's birth month also. Yeah, who doesn't like October? I know. But it's like October always comes drama for witches. Relax. Are you being like Diana? She's always telling me to relax. And you left. Okay. But yeah, I like October. It's fun. We have a good time. I usually have a couple friends over and then we do a little fire and dance around naked in a circle and have orgies and, you know, the normal witchy stuff. It's good times. Isn't that what everyone does on Halloween? Exactly, see? So why ruin it? Seriously. Woo! Just got hot in here. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm trying. People test me though. Testing my patience. Talking about them. Orgies. Well, at least I didn't talk about anal. Could have been worse. Right? People get all upset if you say that. You guys are getting laid. Now it's getting hot in here. Woo. No, I'm just joking. None of that going on around here. But be good. It's possible. Anything's possible. You just never know. But yeah, so it's around the corner. It's almost time. I'm sure I'll be working. I have stuff that I'll have to be doing on that day. And I'm pretty fucking stoked about it. Yeah. So what say you, Mr. Miskatonic? What are you up to? Time goes fast. Whoever sent a message, it got blocked. Diamonds. Well, so Miss Ketonic, how much more time do we have before that book comes out? You know the one I'm talking about, right? I can't remember what he said. Soon, very soon indeed. Is it in August? I think he said August sometime, right? So next month. I know I ordered one. I know Kelly ordered one. There will be an eclipse next year in October, so hopefully then. Yeah, August. Cool. We're almost there then. Kind of, sort of. That's awesome. Well, all right, you guys. I've been on just a few weeks, yeah. I've been on for an hour now, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. And I'll say this. Everything I said in this video wasn't towards anyone. But if you think it was about you, then you probably need to check yourself. It was good seeing you too, Amberson. Because I don't give a shit. See, people and witchy. I will do that. You have a great night. Yeah, if the shoe fits. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm going to get set up to do some pop-it work. Woohoo! Alright, good night. Peace out. See you later. Bye.